What's going on, fellers? This is marking day 1, episode 1, video number 1 of the fucking Backyard of Goons. And I'm by myself, unfortunately, but I am going to do a track walkthrough today. So I am standing in the gate drop starting area. There's no gates or drops. We just kind of start here if we get a big lineup. And this is kind of the start and end. So let's start walking. So that's the whole hangout area spot. And this is the whole sand pit. I made this, I've had this my whole life, but just recently I've kind of made it into a 450 track. Not really, don't really ride the 450 anymore, but kind of just the pitters. So I've only really focused on this, but coming into corner number 1, nothing too crazy. It's a slight little berm, can rail it. Pile of dirt right here because there's a stump that I forgot to rip out with the excavator when I had it. Coming into jump number 1, it's not really a jump, it's kind of a wall, but it's really only one line right here. Kind of got to hug this corner. Into corner number 2, up to this jump, tabletop, drop down, kind of, sort of thing. Coming into corner number 3, I don't know if you can tell in video, but there's quite a bit of an incline here. Rail this left-hand corner. Another little drop off into a spine. Little joker lane. Come up here. This just recently got revamped. It was not this tall, but I just did that recently because why not? Come down here into the woods. This is just a slow down speed bump thing. There's also a stump under there, so that kind of has to stay. Come over here into this corner. I just added this recently because you kind of needed it for the next jump. Rail this corner. Lined you up for what used to be a insanely large double that would always fill with water, but I now turned into a tabletop with a gnarly lip. And as you can tell, it is not very wide. So golf carts, the Jeep, stuff like that kind of always go off the edge here. But this one's super fun. Got a bunch of videos of the boys throwing whips and shit over it. Yeah, and it drops you down into this hole because that's where I get all the dirt for the jumps, kind of just dig holes. But unfortunately, in the springtime, these always flood, which sucks because then you can't ride, or you can, but you land in a fucking water hole. Come up here to this corner, probably one of my favorite jumps, just a massive tabletop. Gotta run up it, you can't walk, but this one's super fun. Throw a little scrub over it. And the other part of the track, I'll get to that in a bit. Come down here into another hole. Lines you up for this single. Not really a landing, but it's kind of lowered down. And this jump sends you off to the right. So Gunner loves this one because he loves left-hand turns, so he can whip this one. Just more comfortable for him than the rest of us whipping that way. Coming to this corner, you got 2 different options: inside, outside berm, rut. And this corner is always sloppy. Everyone's always eating it here. Oh no! But track back there behind me with this corner. Continuing, had to add clay to the lip of this because coming out of this corner you had no speed, so had to add clay, and it helped, it didn't help, it's getting ruined, but I'll just have to add more eventually. It's very not smooth either, and I can't really backblade it because it'll just backblade all the clay off. Coming up here next to the big oak, crossing the main trail, coming into this berm. It's a pretty fun berm. Drops you right down in here into the little trail jump. Jump the trail. So we're not fucking up the golf cart path. Come here, up this little spine in what used to be just a left-hand turn into that double, and it would bring you back to the start and finish. But just recently, I added this where you turn right, and there is probably another 10 jumps, bunch of corners, whole nother minute of the track. So I'll walk you through that. Obviously, it's all under construction. There's not much of a berm or anything. Damn, my hands are fucking cold. I don't really know what to do here. It might just be a fat fucking berm rut that you can rail, or it might add like a turning rhythm section, whoop section thing. I don't know. Next, into this part. I don't really like this jump. It's wide, sketchy, lip is sand. But this has to be another trail crossing jump, because there's a house up there, sand pit back there. Cross this, and this is like legit 2 months old, if that. Come here to the big tabletop, use it as a berm, wall berm. That one's pretty fun. And my plan here was to have another trail jump, but it was just way too wide. Coming out of this corner, you were not able to hit it. So I think the plan is going to be, we're going to make a Supercross replica tunnel jump thing, maybe. No, it's definitely gonna happen, but we don't know how it's gonna happen. We're gonna use logs for the posts and shit, but it has to be at least 7 feet tall, because the golf cart has a, whatever you want to call it, canopy cover, and this is the main trail from the house to the sand pit. This is a dead straight line, so it's got to be tall. And I don't know. I'm excited to do it. It's gonna look sweet. We're probably gonna have some signs right above it, right here, going back into the track. So that'll be cool at least, but I don't know. Still all up in the air. But come here, fucking forgot about this. It's a stump. Can't rip this fucker out. So might paint it yellow, might put a sign there, don't hit this, you know. Rail this corner, and probably the funnest section and the most new to the track. But used to be a step up with a insanely large gap. I filled it in with sand because that was just sketchy, and I wanted everyone to be able to at least roll. Come here, hit the step up, lined you up for a massive fucking spine. And I'm gonna come over to the side, just so you can maybe see the size, the angle. But yeah, it's just massive. I'm gonna try and run up it. Yeah, so as you can tell, we only hit in the middle. The sides aren't hit very often, if at all. But you rail this one, come in here, hit the berm, and it lines you up for a very smooth tabletop. It's almost like a BMX skateboard fly box, the way it looks. It's got a nice lip into a very smooth landing down into a hole. Again, don't have any berms yet, as you can see, but the ruts from the bikes are making those pretty good. Damn, what is that? It's a loud ass chopper coming. I don't see it yet. Anyways, let's continue into this corner. Kind of just big rollers. Holy hell. Oh, I see it. Damn. All right, well, continuing this way. Oh shit, I can have this in 0.5. Why did I not know that? Fuck, that makes it look so much better. But coming here to Gunner's beautiful sand section that's not fully sand, has logs in it, which is nice to hit with your back tire. Coming here after the sand section, still no berm. Kind of want to have a massive wall turn 90. Not quite sure yet again. Continuing. Built this yesterday, 2 days ago. Just a little single down into a hole into a tiny little tabletop. These are just kind of fun, slow you down jumps. Pretty cool when you have a few people just like battling, because they're not too crazy or dangerous. Coming to this corner, as you can tell, the main line, the outside, into another steep, but not too steep, tabletop spine. And yeah, continuing with these fucking roots that piss me off on the damn tractor. And as you can tell, maybe that wouldn't feel too good catching you in the shin while you're riding. No, let me tell you. All right, so plan here was original plan this way, that way, that way. But that tree is sketchy. You might hit your head. So new plan, super steep spine, Joker lane. Super steep spine, Joker lane. Probably a whoop or two, and this will just be a fucking massive wall. I don't know what one's gonna be faster, but someone might have a good line on the outside to pass someone taking the spine. And this is brand new, not even complete yet. I don't know what this is gonna be. I want it to be a double because it's right before the finish line jump, but not much room. And I kind of just go as I go. Don't really have plans. But that's that tree and that. And this is the old, the new ending. And I want to have this jump massive because this is the finish line jump, the very last jump before your time lap is completed. But Gunner was saying have a big ass finish line checkered flag, which would be very cool. But I want to have this jump just massive. But it's kind of hard coming out of that corner. You don't get much speed on a little dinky 110. And then yeah, hit that jump, hit this little corner. I always smooth out the ruts because they piss me off. Back to the first corner. And this is the original sand pit. This is where all the fun shit happens. Blowing shit up, drifting cars, sending quads in the pond. But yeah, so this jump was only for 450s, I thought. When I was making it, that was the plan. I would never, and I still won't, hit this on my pit bike. But my friends decided, I think we could do it. So they did it, and yeah. Oh my God! I won't, they will. They want it bigger, I don't. Little kind of tabletop. Nice long tabletop. As you can tell, I like my tabletops. They're safe. If you case, you can't really case because you're just landing flat. If you overjump, you're fine, like normal. But there's no danger to a tabletop. The thing that sucks is it takes so much damn dirt. But there is a few, like this one, sketchy doubles. And this is coming soon, going to be the biggest jump. But it is not yet complete. So yeah, this is the pond. It is about 6 to 7 feet lower than normal. Which is very sad. Normally this entire place is flooding, but just over the winter I had my boss get a trade deal, and I had a 320, newer 320 Cat excavator out here, and I was digging this entire thing. And it was probably a little small. No, it definitely was smaller, but I dug it way deeper to where when it's come springtime, when it's full, it's probably 10 to 15 feet deep, which is very cool. But kind of dug it out for all of this extra sand material and to help the rest of the track from flooding in the winter or flooding in the spring. Because come spring, summer, you can't even ride back. You're like, that corner back there especially had like 2 feet of water in the track to where you just couldn't go back there. It sucked. But yeah, let's continue. So this was where I was piling most of the sand in this corner, and it just sucks to move with that little tractor. So I kind of put a face on it, and there's the new landing where it's going to be, but it is nowhere near the correct size. And it is about a 75 foot, 80 foot gap, which is for the 450s for now until fucking someone else hits it on their pit bike. But yeah, moving on. It's a nice little straightaway. This used to be trees all along here, like to where this one is right here, until I knocked them out just to make more space. But my property line, you might not be able to see it, but there's a post right there. It only goes like 10 feet into the woods. Yeah, this side right here, when I was digging with the excavator, because I was digging in the winter, so obviously there's snow, there's ice, it was sketchy. But I was sitting right here, and the fucking bank just kept caving in. And I'm like, holy shit, look, it kind of looks like a bean now. It just was an oval. Now it's a bean. But it was just super sketchy. I almost fell in this exact spot a few times. Yeah. Moving on. Big ass sand corner. No compaction whatsoever, but to fill in this hole, which was the track where I said had like 2 feet of water, I borrowed some dirt from back here, not realizing it would leave such a big hole where that tree might fall sometime soon. But it is what it is for now, because it was worth it, huh? Got this. This was just another pile of excess sand from digging that I don't feel like moving, so it stays to be a tabletop that is not looking like a tabletop anymore. But this right here, this whole area used to be a fucking hole where one of my buddies went swimming in this hole. And I just recently had to fill it in because we had a fire pit right here that had probably 20 to 30 trees. And that we burned them all, and then the stumps that were not burnt got shoved into this hole and buried. So now I have all this open space, kind of flat. Don't really know what to do with it. Yesterday we were just hitting this jump, hitting that, just trying to find some new lines. And yeah, moving on to this corner. Just a nice, very good formed berm. Got the deer blind back there. Shot in a few deer. Pops has shot most of them. But this used to be a double that just over the summer, my one buddy on his four-wheeler thought it was a tabletop and went up and over again. Rolled his quad. So I kind of filled it in to make it a tabletop, but there's a little drop right there. Not too bad. Funny enough, also, I think it was the same day. So he flipped like right away in the morning. It was like his first lap around. Later in the day, he's coming around this way and I'm in the back on my pit bike. So he's coming here and he's looking at me over here, not thinking I see him. So as he's looking at me this way, he turns and goes in the fucking pond. His whole quad is in the pond. He jumps in, fucking holding it. So I go grab the tractor and pull him out. But it started right up, had some water in the exhaust, but it was good. It was perfectly fine. It was awesome. It was fucking hilarious. Shout out Charlie. So next, it's another massive double. Look at all these deer tracks. Lovely. Awesome. But this is a double that Nick wants to hit on his pit bike, and I don't see how. You don't have much speed after hitting that in this fucking loose ass sand. You ain't making it. Oh my! But it would make a great video of him attempting and landing front tire about right here. So, yeah. And it just sucks fucking moving this high up with a full bucket with that dinky tractor. You can't. I need a skid ASAP. This is the landing. Kind of just use it as a booter. If you roll over that one. And then plan was another double or something for the big bikes, but ran out of patience, sand, and a fuck to give for the big bikes. So yeah, that's that. It's a wasted pile of sand. But this one, perfect runway coming out of that berm in between those two trees, lined you up for this tabletop, and everyone loves this tabletop. Not sure how long it is, but actually I'm gonna measure it out right now. The lip is about right here. I'm gonna count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 is where it peaks down, but you land about over there. So 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. About halfway down, 40 foot. Not too bad for pitter tabletop, and everyone on their pitter and their mother is clearing this bitch. Just full send. Throwing some fat whips over it. And yeah, it lines you up for the berm. The berm used to be right here, but I pushed that back and then kind of filled this in for the runway for the pit bike track. Yeah, I think that's it. That is the compound. Trying to think what else. I think that's really it. We got gun shit. Oh, shooting guns back here. Yeah, I think that's it, fellas, for now. I'm gonna go hop back on the tractor, finish that one jump. No, fuck that, I'm not fixing the other jumps. But, yeah. Till next time, guys. Adios.